You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
Hello, pet lovers. This is Michelle Fern, host of Best Bets for Pets on Pet Life Radio. Okay, what do all of us that have pets have in common? Pets come with pet smell, or I should say our fur kids come with their own special furry smell. And what can we do about that? There's some options out there, but I have an even better one. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Sit. Stay. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
It's DesignerPetSweaters.com. Hand-knitted designer sweaters for your precious pup or cool cat. Beautiful couture patterns for your pets, including custom-knitted formal wear, casual wear, yachting, and even sports-themed. Many designer pet sweaters include feathered tammy hats, top hats, and a lot of sparkle. Each sweater includes leg loops, front paw sleeves, and leash opening. Visit DesignerPetSweaters.com to order your 4-legged fashions today. Your pets will stay warm for the winter and be runway ready. Large or small, we fit them all. DesignerPetSweaters.com.
Retrievers, Labradors, Goldens are the main breeds that come through our door, but we'll train anything with 4 legs and a tail. My husband and I own a kennel. We train hunting dogs and also have a boarding and grooming business. Our dogs, they're athletes, and we feed a very quality food. You can't get enzymes in a commercial dog food because they cook it at such a high heat that so much important nutrition is just cooked right out of it. But adding Dinovite to their diet has every single dog in my kennel looking better than they have ever looked.
DINOVITE.com.
859-428-1000.
The omega-3 fatty acids.
Flaxseed, zinc, alfalfa.
The digestive enzymes that are cooked out of regular dog food.
Dinovite is nutrition.
If you want the dog to be healthy, you got to feed it something healthy.
DINOVITE.
Dinovite's the bomb.
859-428-1000.
859-428-1000.
Dinovite for life.
DINOVITE.com.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone. I'd like to introduce David Neuwirth. He is the founder of One for All Pets. Welcome, David.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being on Best Bets for Pets.
Well, I'm glad to be here.
So, people listening, they're going, yep, we know pets smell. You know, the thing is, you don't realize once you're enveloped in your house, you kind of become a little bit immune. But when you open the door, it's like, ugh, what is that smell? And it's your dog or your cat. They just, you can only bathe them so much, and they do have their own little smells. It's just how it is. And I'm not talking litter box. I'm talking, they have their smells. Now, you have some great products that do a world of wonders for pet smells. First of all, what is One for All Pets?
One for All Pets is a company that my partner Robert and I started about a little less than 2 years ago. And our product is that we started with pet house candles.
How did you come up with the idea? There's a lot of candles that have scents and everything, but how did you come up with the idea, and why did you think we need a better candle for our pets because the other candles aren't cutting it?
Well, I have a pet supply business, and in my own business, I would burn candles regularly because I wanted my store to smell fresh and clean. The store itself is clean, but when you have treats and bully sticks and various animal parts as treats that dogs love and are good for them, they just don't necessarily smell great. So I would always keep a candle burning, keep my store smelling good, and people would always walk in and comment and say, oh, wow, it smells great in here. My partner, Robert, we've been friends for about probably 35 years, and he actually had just rescued a couple of kittens, and he came to my store, and he was looking for something. He said, he just got kittens. He hadn't had pets before, and he was worried about his house was going to smell like a litter box. And when he came in, he noticed that customers were also commenting on that. And there were various products that he looked at, scented kitty litter, and they didn't have the smells he was looking for, and he didn't, bathing his cats. And it just, after he was here, thought, well, wait a minute, what about the candles? So essentially he started trying some different types of candles in his house, and his wife, Lisa, noticed that I think it started leaving a little black soot kind of mark near the wall where they were burning it. So he started talking to me about were there products out there for pet owners that were in the candle, and I said, I don't really know of any. So that's kind of the light bulb moment when he and I started looking into it and realized there wasn't a product like that out there, and regular candles weren't really cutting it for us either.
Well, I tested one of your candles, and I actually just thought, you know what, you sent me one of the autumn spice type scents, an autumny scent, and I thought, let me just do the ultimate test. It comes in a beautiful glass container with a glass lid. I just took the lid off. You can smell it as soon as you walk in the door, and the test crew around studio, 2 dogs and a cat, they come home with me, so that's a lot. There's a lot of smells with all that, and their toys and everything else. This wasn't even burning, and I could smell the candle in a large area.
Yeah, we've heard that before. So one of the things, there's a few things that do make our candles different and specific for pet odors. So first of all, we do have an ingredient in all of our fragrances that is an odor neutralizer. So we're not just trying to mask any type of scent. We actually neutralize the odor. And then our fragrances, we do use a high-quality fragrance, and that it is a natural soy wax candle, which is different than most mass-market candles out there. So that's what's going to eliminate some of that black soot, and anyone who's ever burned a candle that's a paraffin candle will see that big black ring around the top. And so that was important to us, to make sure that it was healthier, cleaner. All those, paraffin is a petroleum byproduct. The more we started researching and finding out that's why it was leaving black marks, so the more we researched, figured out what we needed, that's how we kind of came up with it. And we were a little naive. We thought, okay, well, let's make a candle, and it wouldn't take it. We spent about a year and a half just fine-tuning, finding the right combination with the odor neutralizer. We have a blend of essential oils, finding the right fragrances that worked with a natural soy wax. It was a process, and I'm happy with the product that we ended up with.
I am too. I think you have a great product. I love the scents, the ones that I've smelled. Now, besides candles, you have a whole bunch of other products for pets in other areas, like for the car. And your car freshener is kind of unique. You hang it a different way. Tell us about that.
Well, when we launched, we actually started with 3 candles, and we launched, like I said, a little less than 2 years ago, and it was fall, so that pumpkin spice candle is one of our original 3 fragrances. We launched with the 3 fragrances, and fast forward now, less than 2 years, by the end of this year, we'll have 18 different fragrances, and as we've been growing the line out with a variety of fragrances, we also started thinking about other products. So the next thing we came out with after the candle was the mini candle. It's about 1.5 ounces. It burns for 10 or 12 hours. It's the same fragrances, but it was around the holidays last year when we released that, and everybody had been asking us about something a little more giftable, and we launched those, and they're great for smaller spaces. They're great for gifts. They're great as a little stocking stuffer, or if you just want to try a fragrance, you're not sure. You know you like pumpkin, but you don't know if you like apple. We came out with those. And then at Global Pet Expo in Orlando, we released wax melts and car fresheners in March, and both have been a very huge success, and we're very pleased with both of those. The car fresheners and the wax melts still have the odor neutralizing ingredient. Both are in a paw shape, so they're different and they're cute. And people seem to like those as well, so we're very pleased with that. So you can take your favorite fragrance, if it's pumpkin spice, take it with you in the car. I know most people take their pets with them in the car at some point, so it works in the house, and you have something for the car as well, or other small spaces.
So your car freshener, it comes in, it's like a standard car fresheners are. It's a little, like a heavy cardboard material, right? And it hangs through the plastic?
Well, no, most of them, and honestly, most car fresheners, if you read the directions, most of them will tell you to just to put a little slit in it and hang it while it's still in the plastic for a few days. You get a more gradual release of fragrance, and it'll actually last longer. I'd like to say that's something we invented, but honestly not. It's just a way to make it last longer and more of a gradual release of fragrance. If you take it, I have people who tell me they love it, they take it out. For me, it's a bit strong if you do it all at once and hang it out of the plastic. So we do recommend hanging it while it's still in the plastic with the hole in it for a few days and then gradually remove the plastic. You'll get a longer use out of it.
Okay, so that's this. I hadn't heard of that before.
Most people haven't, and like I say, I'd like to say that's unique to us or some concept that we came up with. But for most of the, like you say, they're pretty much a cardboard car hanger that you hang. It really is the same. Most people just don't read the directions in the small print, and it's really strong at first. So that's why we make sure we make the directions a little bigger for everyone to see and hope they get to enjoy it longer.
Well, I guess I don't read instructions and just go and just figure it out. That's what I usually do. So have I put things together backwards before? Yeah. And don't like to admit it, but yeah. Now, what I love about it is, you can't bathe your animals they're not like humans. Their skin's not like humans. The most you should bathe a dog is maybe once a week. Usually once every 2 weeks is good because it dries out their skin. It's not healthy for them. Cats, I found a place that actually does, bathe cats without putting them down because I didn't want to do that. But unless you bathe your cat as a kitten and get them used to it, cats are really hard to. And they just get their own funky smell, even without the toys. They always have this funky smell. And what I love about your products is, like you said, it neutralizes, and people come in, they don't go, oh yeah, I smell the pets before I even see them. You just smell whatever the scent is, it's fabulous.
Yeah, and that was important to us for people, like you say, with especially, I have 3 dogs myself, with multiple pets in the home. And like I say, even in my store where there's literally anybody who has dogs and ever smelled a bully stick or some other various cow parts, they don't smell good. And when you have a store with hundreds of them, you don't want to smell that. So for me, I came up with we came up and we tested it extensively, but in my own store, if first thing you smell when you walk in my store is pumpkin spice and not bully stick, the average house does not have hundreds of bully sticks lying around. So that to me tells you it's going to work in the home. It works in my store. So that was kind of the battleground of testing was the store and having people come in and what's the first thing they smell in the store. But it's not really just about people who say, well, I have a problem with the litter box smells or dog smells. And we say it's a home freshening product. People burn candles all the time because they like the way they smell. Doesn't mean their house smells. Around the winter, people like to burn evergreen. Around fall, people like to burn pumpkin spice because they like the smell. So you don't even necessarily have to say, well, my pet has an odor problem, and that's why I burn the candles. If you do, it's going to help. But if you don't, and you just like a good fragrance, as you said, they work great for that. They work with gifts. I have people even who come to my store who buy the candles who say, I don't even have pets, but I was at a friend's house, and I love this fragrance so much, and I now buy only these candles. So we get that as well, and we're always happy to have that kind of feedback.
No, that's great. I mean, I think it's good for, sometimes you have kids, they're smelly, kids in the house. And you mentioned dogs that smell. And I mean, there's a lot of other scents in the house that can be stinky other than your pets. And I think it's good also. I don't know if it's just something Mr. Z's going through, but older pets sometimes, how can I say this, pass gas a lot. So I'm very grateful for your scent because Mr. Z can sometimes be really a little too much. It's a senior dog thing, I think, that my vet said, this just happens with older dogs. And, he's still going strong at 11 years old. But it's a great way to block scent, which makes me think, do you have anything for bathrooms?
Well, again, so the mini candles are really great for a smaller room like a bathroom. We have a lot of people say they'll use the mini candles there. We've even had people tell us they actually hang the car freshener somewhere in a bathroom. I've had quite a few customers give us the feedback that, they keep the litter box in their bathroom and they put a car freshener somewhere in the bathroom and it keeps the whole bathroom smelling good. So either of those could work as a solution in the bathroom.
It's a great idea. Now, do you have any new exciting products coming up that you could share?
Well, we have some new fragrances coming out. So we've had last year in the fall, we had pumpkin spice and apple cider. And with fall being here, it seems like the whole world goes crazy for anything pumpkin spice. So that is a big, big seller for us, the pumpkin spice. This year we're releasing 2 new fragrances in addition to pumpkin spice and apple cider for the fall. That will be falling leaves and sugared cranberries. So those will both be available very soon. And we did bring those. We had some advanced prototypes of those available at Super Zoo last month, and we got great feedback, and a lot of our retail stores have already pre-ordered those. So very happy about those. And then this winter, we also have some additional winter fragrances that will be available near the holiday season.
That's great to hear. Do any of the candle scents work better for if you have more dogs, this scent is better. If you have mostly cats, this scent is better. Or is it basically just preference?
It's preference. The analogy I use all the time that, there's a reason why Baskin-Robbins has more than one flavor of ice cream. Everybody likes something different. If everybody liked chocolate or just chocolate and vanilla, there'd only be 2 flavors of ice cream. But what is the best smell in the world to somebody may not be to somebody else, and that's why we have a wide variety of fragrances. There's certain fragrances that if you're looking for something that just smells clean, we have a sun-washed cotton, a fresh citrus, bamboo watermint, Mediterranean sea. Those are all very clean type of fragrances. One of our top sellers and one of our original 3 is the lavender green tea. That is a consistent seller, and we've had people say, I normally don't even like lavender, who just love that candle. So it's really preference in the type of smell. And like I say, with the fall and winter not being too far behind, we know that those will be the big fragrances regardless. That this season, everybody, especially here, as you know, in South Florida where we're based, it's hot. We don't really have the leaves changing colors outside, so we burn the candles and it feels like it's fall because that just kind of is a cue for us that when you start smelling the pumpkin and the cinnamon and the apple, that it feels like fall. So it's really a preference, and like we say, it changes with the season. What's popular in the summer may not be as popular in the fall and the winter, etc.
Exactly, and I like how you said we kind of fake it here in South Florida. It comes to the fall season, we smell pumpkin spice and
we'll get the evergreen in the winter.
Yeah, then it's like, okay, it is the season, and get the occasional cold front instead of, it's winter. No, you have a cold front. It's going to be 70 today. Yay.
Yeah, and that's when it's in South Florida, when it's 70 and we burn our evergreen, it feels like winter to us. But I know you have listeners all over, and so for them maybe it's not the same. But yes, in South Florida, when we get that 70 degree in January, that's when we're burning the evergreen.
Exactly. Now, where can people find your candles?
So we are sold right now in over 500 retail store locations across the country. Our website is oneforallpets.com, and it's spelled out ONEFUR, oneforallpets.com. There's a store locator right on our site. So if you just put in your zip code to try to find a retail store near you. And we also sell products directly on our website. So if there's not a store near you and you'd still like our products, you can buy them on our website. And we also sell our own products right on Amazon. I know a lot of people have Amazon Prime and love the benefits of Amazon. So we make it easy for people to find us. Hopefully a store near you on our site or Amazon.
Well, it's great that you're in so many stores and you're so readily available. Now, you have a special for all of our listeners who act fast that you're doing. So can you tell us about it?
Sure. So just for your listeners who enter the code PETLIFE, when they go to our website, oneforallpets.com, and they buy any full-size candle, that's one of our regular candles, and they buy a car freshener, at checkout, they enter that discount code PETLIFE, and their car freshener is going to be free. So someone like you who loves pumpkin spice, you buy your pumpkin spice candle, you get your car freshener, you enter that code, and your car freshener is free. So that is just for your PETLIFE listeners.
Okay, all listeners out there, take advantage of this. It's only going to be good through the end of October, so that's pumpkin time. And it's also going to be on the website for this show. So if you forget what's that code, go to Pet Life Radio, Best Bets for Pets, go to this show episode where there'll be a blurb and we'll have that entered. But it ends the end of October. So if you wait till November, you lose.
Snooze, you lose, and that's right. And it will be one use per customer, and it will be through the end of October. So just something just for you. We really appreciate you sharing the word about our products, and we appreciate your listeners just tuning in to learn about it.
So, David, I was reading on your website, your candles, the two really cool things about your company I want people to know. I believe everything's made in the USA.
Yep, that is correct. So we are based in South Florida, the company, but all of our products, our candles, our car fresheners, wax melts, everything is made in the USA. Even our glass jars, which you commented earlier on the glass jars, are reusable. We do encourage people to reuse them. After you burn your candles, clean them out, and they are perfect for pet treats because it's a nice airtight glass lid. So we are pretty conscious about trying to repurpose the jars.
And then you also do some great aid for shelters.
I have 3 dogs. They're all adopted, rescued, and I have volunteered with multiple organizations fostering dogs. All 3 of mine started as fosters, but we see how that ended up. But I've actually fostered others that I've helped get into homes. And my partner has rescued his cats, and he's also fostered cats. So we're very adamant about trying to spread the word about rescuing and adopting, and we encourage people to do that. And we also work with quite a few different rescue organizations. So if there's any nonprofit, no-kill shelters out there that want to contact us, we do have a rescue fundraiser program where a particular rescue will have a code that's unique to them, and when somebody uses that code on our site, we give a portion of those sales to the rescue. So we're always interested in working with other rescues. We've donated many a candle to silent auctions and other events, so we're always happy to do that whenever we can.
That's wonderful, and I'm all for mutts, pets, rescues, and all of that. Thank you so much, David, for coming on Best Bets for Pets and telling everyone about One for All Pets and your great products, making our homes smell and our cars and just any place you could think of smell a little better.
Well, I thank you for having me. It was a pleasure, and thank you for your time. And again, thank you to your listeners for tuning in.
I'd like to thank David for coming on Best Bets for Pets and telling us all about One for All Pets. If you have pets, if you don't have pets, these candles are unbelievable. I know I have an armoire full of candles. I'm not kidding. The husband he can't believe. He goes, "What do you need all those candles for?" But now that I have smelled the One for All Pet candles, I think I'm in trouble. They smell amazing. And I haven't even burned one. I just can smell it all over. I can't imagine once I burn it how much more wonderful it'll smell. So it's a great product, makes a great gift. There's a discount code, Pet Life, free car freshener with the purchase of any full-size candle. It's good through the end of October. And I'd like to thank my producer, Mark Winter, for making me and my guests sound great. And I'd like to thank Mr. Z, Nikki, and the Dennis for bringing so much joy to my household and a lot of smelly stuff too. So, but as pet parents, smelly stuff means, hey, we have great One for All Pet, great candles. So who cares? Write in, ask questions if you have any suggestions for future shows. Michelle at PetLifeRadio.com. Thanks. Keep listening. Stay tuned. We'll be having a lot more exciting products coming up soon.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.